Alright guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering the G22 chassis, installing a set of H&R sport lowering springs. We don't have many of these come through the shop, so we figured we'd showcase this one. Yes, it's another lowering spring job, but at the same time, different chassis, give you something to look at, and some variety.
Some good old 430i.
Oh yeah. Giant power maker, right? Extreme sarcasm.
Maybe. Unless he wants a big turbo.
I mean, there's always that. Springs, as always, blue H&R. Next, go ahead and rack this thing up, and I'll see if it's similar to all the other chassis, which I assume that it is. But rack it up, pull the wheels off. Alright, so first things first, we're going to start on the rear because it's the easier of the whole job. I'll pop these shields off first to get access to the control arms, and then in our case, being that we have a 2-post lift, I don't even have to pull the back wheels. We can work off of the control arm, let it down with full jacks, and do it that way. Reuse the bump stops, or the rubber bushings rather, and put the new spring on. Comparison, already quite a bit shorter. And then in this case, so due to the bolt position on this one, they're normally flipped the other way, and we got wheel clearance. This one drove it right into the wheel, so we did end up pulling it off just for room, because I didn't want to use a wrench. I'd rather use electric tools if I can. Okay, some quick recap. 18mm here. This was the E20. 18 on the backside. 21 on the backside of this one. They're all tight and ready to go. Your alignment bolts are right here. These are untouched. Granted, the car's going to get in alignment anyway. However, you know, same side on here. We got 18, E20, 18, 21. Don't forget this 10mm. If you do forget that 10mm, you're going to have a bad day, because you're going to snap this height sensor control arm here, and then you're going to need to replace that. So don't forget to disconnect this, and then also put it back when you're done. But the rear springs are officially on, so we will put the shields back on the bottom, then move on to the front. Okay, so for the front side, it's a little bit more complicated than the back, but it's not too bad. So we'll start by, I'll get all these trim pieces out of the way, and I'll pull this off, and that's going to expose the center of the strut. On these, if you have adequate equipment such as lifts, things like that, you could probably do it on a jack stand. Might be a little kind of sketchy, but you can pull the center bolt and drop the whole strut and spring assembly down on the control arms. What are you doing, Rube? You gonna help? No? Useless. Also on X-Drive cars, I pull this axle bolt when we drop them down, because it'll help give you some room as well. Keeps the axles from getting in a bind. I love it when they get it fine. There we go. Out. This one has entirely too much tension on it for what it is. Go ahead, Nick. So on like G80 platforms, and I don't know if it's because of spring rates on the 4-cylinder versus some of the other ones, but all the 6-cylinders we've done, you can pull the center bolt, pull it right off, walk the spring off. It's good to go, even on X drives. X drives are definitely harder, and you got to be a little bit more patient, but still nonetheless comes off. This one fought us every step of the way.
Literally.
But it's out. So normally there's enough flex that you can just walk the suspension down with a pry bar in a second person and it'll come right out. And this one I had to pull some shields loose so I can get to the middle control arm, crack it loose so that it would go down further, and then we still just had like a millimeter of clearance. So it's out nonetheless. Can't do the whole walk it trick, but it's okay. We'll make it work. So next I will grab, I have spring compressors that'll do this just on the floor. Cinch it down, crack the top hat loose, and we'll swap the spring out. Or you could do like Gage does and stand on it and yeet it across the shop. Let's see how much room we have for starters. Don't forget your bump stop. It's always important. Always be like Gage. That's the rule. New springs on in place. Being that these are shorter, Trevor hand started it while I just pushed on it and gave it some weight. So we are, and this will free spin, so you don't have to worry about clocking the top, only the boot, and then of course the bottom, and then obviously line the strut up where it goes back into the knuckle. Cool. Alright guys, we got a wrap on this one here. Lower end springs and 12mm wheel spacers all the way around. So I want to appreciate you guys for watching our channel as always. Stay tuned, check it out for more videos. Let us know what you think. Before and afters, we're out. Alright, so here we have it all finished up. Lowered, 12mm spacers, H&R sport springs,